Peace, family. Peace. So, as you can see from the thumbnail, I just done something that was offensive and insulting. I had two fingers up like this, okay? As they call flipping the bird. Now, is that okay in a free society? Is it okay to have the right to insult and offend people? In my view, I'd say yes. Okay? Now, Boris Johnson has come under fire. But let me just get the disclaimer out the way first, okay? I'm not a supporter of Boris Johnson, okay? Or his policies, or his party, or anything like that, okay? I'm simply making an observation. Okay, Shower G in the building. I'm simply making an observation. J Boogie was good. Right, so Boris Johnson has said something about a letterbox, referring to the burqa on Muslim women. Now, I just watched a speech from Rowan Atkinson, aka Mr. Bean, right, guy that I grew up on, who was actually quite funny in my opinion, and he made a speech saying that the freedom or the right to insult and offend is part of a free society. Okay, he actually said something along the lines of, we can live in a society. Part of a free society, to live in it, is to be tolerant. Okay, it's just to be tolerant. And some people think that, oh, I'm gonna be intolerant of intolerance, which basically means you're intolerant. Okay, it doesn't make sense. So I have the right to offend you. Okay, you have the right to offend me. Rowan Atkinson in his speech likened it to children having immunizations. So they say the more you are subjected to germs, is the stronger your defense, your body's defense builds up against, right, these germs. And he likened it to this society the same. If you are insulted more and more, you might build up a defense as to say, you know what, whatever. I'm insulted all the time. And I know from myself, if I got offended by every insult that I saw, every time somebody called me an X, Y, or a Z, I'd literally spend my life crying in a corner. I'd literally spend my life crying in a corner. But I don't. I don't spend my life crying in a corner because I've grown a thick skin. And so people are going to say what the hell they want. It's not going to stop me from being me. Bradley Jones says, why are people so sensitive? Back in the day, some people wouldn't have lasted a day in a building site. It's the banter that held the bods together. I agree. I agree that they're like snowflakes. I use the term snowflakes. This is just sensitive and like thin. It's just like a snowflake. It's like just sensitive and thin. Like all I got to do is just do that to you, and you oh my god, you start crying. And it's like, listen, Boris Johnson made a joke, right? And now, bearing in mind, I'm not saying Boris Johnson isn't a racist. I don't know if he's a racist. He could be. There's some stuff out there that says he is a racist. I don't know. He could be. But this was a joke. It could have been a joke in bad taste or whatever. The thing is, we will happily sit down and watch comedians. I've noticed comedians can actually make jokes about some of the most crazy stuff, and we'll sit and we'll laugh along. You will literally sit and laugh along. This is why I do watch comedy. I watch comedy a lot. I like Dave Chappelle in particularly because he has a way of bringing up real issues, okay, but making you laugh about them and making you think. And I believe that Rowan Atkinson, being a comedian himself, saw exactly that. He saw that it's actually okay to make jokes about something or about someone or about whatever in a free society, and you have the right to make a joke back. You do. Make a joke back. You know what I'm saying? Offend me back. But I'm still going to do what I'm doing. Like, an offense sometimes is actually taken. Sometimes it's taken. Okay? I can say something and it's literally how you take it. you know, really and truly. Because I remember growing up in the playground, right, and people used to do your mama jokes. Your mom was a this, and your mom, oh, your mama is so fat because your mother's so this, your mama is so stupid that. And the thing is, the one who always lost is the one who lost it. Don't say that about my mom. And we'd laugh at that guy. We'd literally laugh at that guy because he couldn't take, you know, the curses, the cusses. He couldn't take it. So, and that built up an immunization. Yeah, because then it became a joke. Like, yeah, but your mum was at my house last night. Ah, shut up. Do you know what I'm saying? Because we understood that it's a joke. No one in that playground's mother was literally at any of their houses last night. So we knew the reality is he's talking shit. That's the reality, okay? We know he can make a joke, but the reality is that he's talking shit. It's not real, okay? So personally, I think people should have the right to offend. I think they should have the right to insult people, because that's part of a free society. I really do think. As I said, as long as you're not inciting hatred towards people. And the thing is, a lot of people try to use this inciting hatred thing, right, as a way to continue being a sensitive ass motherfucker. Okay, in my opinion, you know, I can't deal with this sensitive ass, you know, extremely sensitive type way of being. It's like, well, are you gonna grow some balls? Man up. Like, are you gonna grow a thick skin and man up? Because I've said, if you live in a society, bro, you're gonna be offended or upset every day. You can't live your life offended. You can't be crying in a corner every day. Seriously, there's bigger things in this life to do than for you to be waiting to be offended. And that's what I feel like a lot of people today are waiting to do. They're waiting to be offended. You know, they're sitting down there with a list of things that are going to offend them. And if you say one thing on the list, then they're going to totally lose it. It's just like, seriously, is that your life now? Is that your life? Like, seriously, get a life, go out and live life and be offended. Because the bottom line is, if you don't build up an immunity to what this society actually does, then you're just going to be pissed off every day. Like, who wants to be pissed off every day? I don't. You know, I could be getting pissed off every single day by the stuff that I read and stuff that's said about me, but I've got shit to do. You know, like, I've actually got shit to do. And like, really and truly, in the grand scheme of things, people offended me, and they're not really, like, you know, pushing my life forward in any way, shape or form, if I'm honest. You know, they're not pushing my life forward in any way, shape or form. So if Boris Johnson wants to make a joke, let him make a joke. But like I said, I'm not saying I'm a supporter of Boris Johnson. I'm just thinking the man should be allowed to make a joke. You know? Just make a joke. It's not, like, jokes get made all the time. They literally get made all the time. And, you know, like, if you take offense to it, then that's on you. Oh, because, you know, some people are going to be sensitive. Well, you know what? If we're going to build society of people who aren't friggin' little children, then maybe we should insult them a little bit more. So they get, you know, they grow up and they grow an immunity, yeah, to all of these jokes. Listen, I believe everything, even me, I believe everything in this life should be able to be either critiqued, mocked, looked at, analysed. And what happens is, I've said this before, we are literally living on a planet with what we hitting now, 9 billion people? 9 billion? And we've got 9 billion people on this planet, right? And there's different ways that these 9 billion people live. And so in some societies, when one society comes to contact with another society, they might think that what the other society does is a little bit weird. Okay, they might think that. Like, hang on, that's not what we do over here. Now, when you live in a society, I'm saying, if I choose to go into your society, right, and your society is one of jokes, laughter, mocking, insults, if I choose to go into a society, I should know what I'm going into. I should know the exact, because I can't change the society that I got. Just like I said, it's not, if you're entering somebody else's house, okay, then you should know the rules of that house before you enter. And if you don't like the rules of that house, then you're probably better off not going into that house if you're going to get, you know, upset when you go in there. Likewise, if I know the rules of somebody else's house, as I say, when in Rome, do as the Romans. Okay, if I'm in your house, I'm going to abide by your rules. I literally am, because I don't want to offend or do something wrong in your house. But if you're in someone else's house and this is the way they do stuff in their house, then you can't complain. What it seems like is people are trying to run other people's houses out here the way they want to run theirs. And I'm like, no, you're not in a position to do that. You're not in a position to do that. If you have a house and the way you keep your house, then probably you're better off going back to your house. You know, you're probably better off going back to yours and stop asking people to abide by your rules in their house. You know? Let's see what the chat is saying now. We need to be able to look at the way things are. My mind is about clothes and will identify you as a person. Are you respectable, lala? But then, on the other hand, so, okay. Burqas aren't the problem. Muslims cry babies. Stop trying to Muslimize everything. A joyless fair society is what we all need to avoid creating. Okay, cause and effects. They want to ban critical thinking. You are no longer allowed to think, says David Hudson. Freedom of speech is not the freedom to deliberately insult, says Pence 1. Yeah, but this is the thing though. We know, if we know anything about British culture, right? You can look at the TV shows, from the comedians to the actors to just the general culture of Britain, right? Of the UK. And this is a society that loves satire. Okay, this is a society that loves comedy. They take the piss out of themselves all the time. They're a take the piss society. That's what we live in. That's why we are a sarcastic society, right? In the UK. My sarcasm, I probably wouldn't have been this sarcastic had I not grown here, because I learned my sarcasm. I learned the ways in the culture. If I lived in, I don't know, Saudi Arabia, maybe sarcasm wouldn't be a thing there, but it's a thing here. So I'm not saying just deliberately go out and offend, but listen, bro, you can turn on the TV and just be offended by anything. Like, there's going to be shit that's going to offend, but you're living in a society that literally loves satire. The people in Great Britain, yeah, actually love, like, satire. They do. They take the piss out of everything. They take the piss out of religion, take the piss out of politicians. Who remembers what was the show? Spitting Image, back in the day. They literally had politicians. They had Margaret Thatcher, they had John Major in like puppets, just taking the piss out of the whole politicians. Now imagine in America, let's say America for instance, imagine Spitting Image, imagine a puppet of Donald Trump on TV every Saturday night, and they're ripping the piss out of Donald Trump. Americans would lose their mind. Oh my God, you can't do that. It's the President of the United States. Because that society doesn't do sarcasm and satire that well. They don't do it that well. Do you know what I'm saying? But in this society, they do it. Do you know what I'm saying? So, like I said, it depends on the society in which you live. If you don't like the way in which this society goes on, then like I said, you're probably not going to do good in this society. You're not. But because you need to understand the ways of the society. Sorry, boss man, I'm here. 1 second. I'm here, boss. When did it run out there? I'll put more on. I'll put more on though. Alright, I'll put more on, yeah? Sorry, fam. Traffic warden tried to give me a ticket. To my Nigerian brother. As usual. Nigerians, we know you like to be traffic wardens, guys, you know? We know you like a good traffic warden job. See? Joke. Gonna get offended? Everyone knows a lot of Nigerian traffic wardens, and they take their job very fucking seriously. Right? Case in point. Yeah? That's my Nigerian brother. Okay? So, anyway, what was I saying? Jay Boogie says I'm an exception to the rule. Okay. Also about white people thinking that they're losing the right to say what they want, which is usually quite racist, says Pensy. Maybe. I don't know, but I don't think it's that deep. I don't think it's that deep. I'm supposed to be putting money on this car, right? I'm watching the Nigerian traffic warden. He's actually behind the van right now looking at the car. Case in point! My Nigerian brother now. Just live it. He's not going to leave me alone. I'm going to have to move. Right, fam, you're coming with me. You're coming with me. Stay there. I'm going to move this car because I'm not paying any more on this meter. Okay? I'm not paying any more on this meter. Hang on, family. Getting a ticket from my Nigerian brothers. Listen, man, leave me alone. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, let me chill in my car on this street. You know, I've got to go shopping after this. I'm not going to, sorry, I'm not going to, I don't want that to mess up my, mess up my shopping trip. You know what I'm saying? Right, so I'm going to try and drive while doing this. This is actually quite dangerous, man. But yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, the right to offend, family. It should be okay to offend people. Okay? It's actually okay to offend people. And if you can't take the offense, then maybe there's a problem with you. You said respect each other. Myself, I would ban street preaching and no, but the thing is, right, if you say that, like, dawah is actually part of free speech. So if you're in a society and the society is about free speech, then dawah should be allowed, right? It's part of a free speech society. Okay? The problem comes, yeah, is when you can speak about your religion, but you don't like people critiquing your religion, then maybe, just maybe, you should learn that if you can live in a society where you're going to go and preach their religion, people might critique it. That's all I'm saying. So, like I said, it's a double-edged sword. So, you're either going to understand the society in which you're in, or you're going to try and get offended every time somebody tries to critique the same religion that you're on the street corner, right, telling people about. You know, don't tell me about something and expect me just to take it and not critique it and analyze it. Doesn't make any sense. I'm going to do that. I'm actually going to critique it and analyze it. You know, and if you don't like that happening, then maybe you shouldn't be out on the street corner giving dawah. I don't know. Call me crazy. Call me crazy. Right, I got to find a place to park now without any traffic wardens, fam. Driving and vlogging. I know, it's a bit dangerous, isn't it? On the edge. Hang on. Let me try and find. Listen, I should really put my seatbelt on too. I mean, I do have my seatbelt on, Your Honor. I will not incriminate myself on camera and say that I'm driving without seatbelt. I've always been, the seatbelt has been broken and it's always been on. Yeah. Anyway, when I find somewhere to park, we're going to continue. I want to see what the family actually have to say about this. So 1 second, fam. Oh, I think I found a space. I think I found a space. Okay. What's going on? The stream's slowing down. Better not be freaking slowing down. Harry Enfield said so much worse about stuff in the burqa. Is the stream slowing down, family? This Ultra Funky keeps pressing 1. Actually, let me. Is that better? Let me see what you guys are saying. Seems honest statements are hateful. Jokes are hateful. Retarded statements are hateful. Stream is good. 1 is for liking bants. Okay. Everything improves with reflection and criticism. True. If you forbid criticism, you stunt the growth as a culture. David Godfrey. David Godfrey, I 100% agree. So what they're now trying to, are they gonna arrest Boris? I don't know. Preaching about God should not insult another faith. Everyone should be able to have bants. You see, the thing is, right? I think you should be able to have bants. I do think you should be able to have bants. Like I said, you should really think about the person you're bantering with and whether or not they can take it. Because then you got like the microcosm now. You know, you got the microcosm of, you know, if I'm around, like I know if I'm around my family, there's only certain shit I can say around my family if I don't want to cause offense to my own family. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's only certain stuff I can say around auntie and uncle that won't that won't offend them, because they'll be offended real quickly. But then that's just my family. Hang on, let me go and put this back in the back. Hang on. Yeah. Right, much better. Right, much better. What are we saying? This will get Boris elected. People who liked him as a straight talking guy. Joe Brown says hello from America. How you doing, Joe Brown? We can't say shit about Muslims because the Saudis are everything in the UK, says Nick Dudley. That could be. When are you doing an interview with Tan? I didn't know I was doing an interview with Tan. I do like Tan with him. What are we saying? Essentially, everybody in the stream for harmful. Don't report my stream. Your prophet was influenced by the devil, satanic verses. Okay. Yeah. What was I saying now? Yeah. So Boris Johnson has a right to offend, and that is that. We all have a right to offend, and that is that. If you want to take offense, that's up to you. I'm not gonna lie. I've taken offense to some things, but I've also had to say, you know what? Nah, you know what, bro? Like, that's on you, because people are gonna talk shit to you. You know, they just are. So, what we saying, fam? Ask me as a matter of fact, ask me a question, family. Ask me a question. By the way, hashtag Sarah on tour 2019. Okay, I'm going over to West Africa, to the universities, to try and ignite something within the young people. So yeah, January 2019, start my West African tour, family. Hashtag Sarah on tour 2019. Have you put your order in with Kiss Spence? Says Ultra Funky. Listen, man, I'm trying to get some free merchandise of Kiss Spence. I'm about to go to the motherland. She needs to come sponsor me. As a matter of fact, thank you for that, Ultra Funky. I'm gonna say, listen, I want free merch, and I'll promote you out there. And listen, we can get you going worldwide, Kiss Spence. We can get you going worldwide. West Africa is mostly Muslim talking peak. Being offended has become currency. Victimization points are all important. Someone asked me a question. Otherwise, I'm going to shut down the feed. I've got to go shopping. Gotta go shopping. Imran Khan, Sarah, you're one of them that would say the KKK was right for what they did to black people. What? What? What's your IQ, bro? Oh gosh. Some people, eh? Some people. What's your IQ? Why would you even say that? Yeah, I'll be like, yeah, what the KKK did to black people was right. Are you dumb? Are you like, please, make me understand, Imran Khan. Make me understand, you know? You're going to be laughed out of this chat, mate. Yeah, the people in here have a little bit more higher IQ than that. So you might just be laughed out of this chat. So yeah, come on, Imran Khan. Explain yourself, man. Explain yourself. You're on the hot seat now, boy. You on the hot seat. See, they're going after you now, Imran Khan. They're going after you. Imran Khan is a result of inbreeding. Ah, you see? You need to explain yourself. Otherwise, it's going to get real hot for you. Or did you just come in, throw something, and then run out? Like a little biatch. Huh? Is that what you wanted to do? Just run in, throw something like a little biatch, and then run away? I think he did, family. I think he did. See? Probably another snowflake. You know? Probably another snowflake. Sorry, did somebody ask me a question? You people expect too much from white people. It's like you don't understand your history and how you got here. What do you mean by that, Johnny P? Oh, Imran Khan, why would you run away? Alright, you're not, okay, you haven't run away, so explain yourself, boy. Come on, son. People are asking you to explain now. Oh, you're in the hot seat. You're in the hot seat, Imran. Sarah's the type of man that would what? Say the KKK were okay for what they did to black people. That has got to be a dumbass statement, huh? That has got to be a dumbass statement. Here comes the hot stepper. Exactly. Just a alhamdulillah virus. It's true, that alhamdulillah virus, boy, is not a good one. Snowflake. Isn't Snowflake racist? You see what I'm saying? That is your comeback, Imran Khan. That's your comeback. Fuck out of here, man. Get the fuck out of here. See, I made you famous now, Imran, but not for the right reasons, you see? You came in here on some dumb shit, and now you look like a fucking dumbass. Now you're famous for being a fucking idiot, okay? So, that's on you now. Everyone, go to his page. Go to his page, right? And remember Imran Khan and that dumbass statement that he made. Never forget. Hashtag, never forget. What we saying? Someone said, hey, how you doing? How you doing, Raj Singh? It's Snowflake racist, you know. I'm going to chill out, Sarah, before one of these non-melanin folks flag you. Abdullah Abdi says, what do you think of the Quran? You guys should have Quran. It's a man made by some morals, apparently given from a God with questionable morals, and you know, bottom line is that book says I'm less than the Muslims. I'm not as good as them. So do I respect that? Hell no. I don't respect any supremacist teaching, and the Quran is a book for supremacists, Muslim supremacists. That's my basic understanding of the book. The God of Abraham and Isaac divided us. Prince Andrew is a paedophile that got caught red-handed. Yet you continue to have these meaningless energy-draining clashes. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean, your brother? What do you mean? So much to see. So what's wrong with taking a back seat? You'll never know. Okay. I'm trying to read your lot's responses. Abdullah Abdi says, with all due respect, that's not true. But I'm guessing you're talking about the Quran. You're entitled to that. You're entitled to your opinion on it. To say that's not true, there's more evidence to show that books come from human beings, one. There's more evidence to show that human beings create gods, two. There's more evidence to show that human beings create gods in books, three. So I'd say, you know, I'm more likely to be true than you are. I'm just saying, it's more likely. So Scott Walker says, what are you going to do when it's 2050, us Muslims will be in control and have the population will be Muslim? What am I going to do when you're in control? Is that your Is that your idea of a caliphate or something, Scott Walker, which I doubt is your name, Scott Walker? How do you criticize Imran kick the sister in the jaw? Not man-made, said David Godfrey. Yeah, they are. The Bible, the Torah, the Quran, the Hadiths, the books of the Jewish rabbis, the Talmud, and all that. It's all like, who else made those books? You know, like, we all know that God is a belief. You got to believe in God, and you can't prove it. So, you know, what we can prove is that human beings create books. You know, we can prove that over and over and over again. So, you know, I don't know what more you guys want me to say about that. You're going around saying Islam is wrong when you don't even know Wagwan yourself, says Dan Mehman. I don't know what that means. I never said Islam is wrong. I said Islam is wrong for me. It is quote unquote wrong for the society in which it's trying to infiltrate. It's right in the society that agrees with it because it's subjective. So in Saudi Arabia, Islam is right. In Qatar, Islam is right. In Pakistan, it's right. Over here in this society, it's not conducive with the morals, the value systems, the ways of life of the people over here. It's not rocket science. It's not rocket science. Shout out to man like Saros, big bro, doing these days. Boris Johnson is right, so just a burger situation. Big bro's good, man. I was just with Big Bro yesterday, as a matter of fact. Me and Big Bro are making some Big Bro movements. Hashtag Sarah on Tour 2019. Do you agree with Jesse Lee Patterson, Elder, Larry Elder, and Thomas Sauer, etc.? I don't know all of their views. I've heard some very questionable things from Jesse Lee Patterson myself. I don't know who Larry Elder is, and I haven't heard Thomas Sowell. And people keep telling me I should, but I just haven't. I haven't. And maybe I should, but I haven't. Okay. Oh, Shauji says, what do you think about happening with wars? Like I said, again, snowflake society, sensitive. Okay, his freedom of speech has been taken away from him. His freedom of speech. So of course I see it as wrong. Like, I'm for free speech. Everyone has a right to their free speech. Like, everyone has a right to say what the hell they want to say. You don't have to agree with everything that everybody says, though. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, if you're a cognitive thinking human being, you can decide for yourself whether or not you believe what somebody says according to the evidence, according to researching it yourself. You can decide. You want to take a man off all the social platforms. Why? Why? What? Because he's influencing people. That's probably why. In this society, there's, you know, it's probably going to happen to me one day, maybe. I don't know. You know? There are opinion formers in the society, right? People, what they call opinion formers, right? People that form the opinions of the society, right? And the status quo doesn't like that because it wants to keep people thinking a certain way, which is why you have your media outlets, your BBCs or your NBCs or your Fox Newses or whatever outlet it is. It's always controlled a certain narrative, right? And so new media, or what they call new media or alternative media, is basically creating another narrative that is contrary to the status quo. So I guess they're not gonna like it. So, you know, I don't agree with everything Alex Jones says. Some of the things I think are batshit crazy. But does that mean they shouldn't have the right to say the shit? No, give him the platform. Give him the platform. Sorry, you might like my beats. I might do. Scott Walker said, West Africa is becoming a majority Muslim, Sarah. We are driving Christians and weird pagan beliefs away. Your own peoples are not with you. LMAO. You sound like a supremacist, bro. Like, you actually sound like a supremacist, you know? And you're probably like a 15-year-old small penis boy, you know, behind a computer screen or whatever, but you still sound like a supremacist. Do you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I don't care. You know, like, I don't care. Most of the guys that come on it, like even Imran Khan already ran away. So you guys are probably like just bloody teenagers. Do you know what I mean? Like with nothing better to do. You know what I mean? Talking shit on the internet. So do I care? No. Sarah, when you're getting your own talk show, that could be a long-term goal. That's a long-term goal, to get my own talk show. But it would have to be an alternative platform. It would have to be on an alternative platform. Abdullah Abdi says, do you think Islam is a supremacist religion? Of course it's a supremacist religion. It says that Muslims are better than other people that are not Muslim, the kafir. So that's supreme, that's best, that's worse. That means you're supreme and the others aren't. So yes, it's a supremacist religion. That's like basic Islam 101, guys. You know, I know Muslims don't like to hear that, because I don't know if you live in a bubble of, I think you live in a I think Islam is a very bipolar religion. I think it doesn't see the stuff that it does, and then when the stuff does get exposed, it acts like it never. A group of people act like that's not Islam, while the other group act like it is Islam. So it's bipolar. It's like, is it or isn't it? Like, it's like, I'll show you one hand over here, then I'll show you another hand over there, and then you don't really know which hand is the right hand, because we got the Shia, and then we got the Sunni, and then we got the Hanafi, and then we got the Salafi, and then we got the Wahhabi, and then it's like, yo, whoa, like which one of you, like which one, whoa. And it's like just bipolar, you know. So I think, you know, it confuses people, but I think in all of that, yeah, it's a supremacist religion, because you can go to the basic of the basic of the Quran, verse 3, 110, and it says that Muslims are the best. So, you know, what the hamster cover up, Triple P? When are you gonna get life and talk about something other than religion? Why are you obsessed? No, people are asking me questions. People are asking me questions, guys. Munafics. Black West Africans. Okay. Islam is no true Scotsman fallacy incarnate. Islam is supremacist, expansionist. Christianity is only expansionist but not supremacist. All others are a problem. This problem needs to be exposed. Okay. What do you think of the niqab getting banned? Sarah Garvey says, but it's because the thing is, you guys are talking to me about Islam and they're saying, why are we talking about Islam? You're actually talking to me about it. But what do I think of the niqab getting banned? Like I said, it's a result of living in a society. Okay, I keep telling people about cultures. You live in a culture that likes to see your face. European culture is not a hide your face culture. It's not. It's a culture that likes to see your face. You've come from a culture, or you come from an ideology that likes to hide your face. It's not compatible with the current culture in which you live. Just like I said, it's somebody else's house. When you are in my house, I have a set of rules for you to follow if you are going to be in my house. I don't want to hear what you think my house should be run like, because if you want to run another house, you by all means go run another house elsewhere. But this house is mine, and in my house we do things like this. So if they ban it, they ban it. It doesn't affect me. It doesn't affect me. It really doesn't. But I understand why they would ban it, because you are living in a society that's about, we want to see who you are. We want to know who you are facially. That's not the culture of Europe. That may be the culture of the Arabs, but that's not the culture of Europe. Don't expect them to accommodate your culture. That's what I keep telling people. Like, you can't walk into someone else's house and just demand shit. It's just not. It don't make no sense. I don't know what type of supremacy you hold in your heart. And it's the same with the British. Do not, as a British person, go into someone else's country and demand that they look upon you like you, or they follow your rules, because you're not in Britain. You're just not. You're not in the UK. You're not in London. If you go somewhere else, you might have to abide by the rules of that country. That's just what happened. So if I take my ass to Saudi Arabia, what do you think I'm going to do? I'm going to act like, oh, well, I'm from the UK, and we do it like this. They're going to be like, bro, fuck the UK. You're in Saudi Arabia, bitch. So the bottom line is you're going to follow our rules in Saudi Arabia, okay? And this is how you must do it. What am I going to say? Oh, you're going against my human rights. But they'll be like, well, get the fuck out. No one asked you here. You don't have to be here. Fuck off, Sarah Garvey. Talking shit. And I'll be like, maybe they've got a point, actually. Maybe they got a point. Yeah, boom. What we saying? It's about Chinese ban Africans to enter their restaurants. So you see that? That's what I'm talking about. You're gonna come to Africa, the continent of black people. You're gonna attempt to build your little Chinatown and tell the people that are on the land that they can't come into a restaurant. Fuck that. That's bullshit. That's like the Chinese coming here, yeah? Building Chinatown and telling you anyone that's not Chinese is not allowed in these restaurants. Bro, whose fucking land is this, please? Whose land is this? Who the hell are you? Africans should get anyone with that kind of supremacist mindset, get them out. Sorry, I don't care. I don't do supremacy across the board. If you're in my house, you can't build a little section in my toilet and then tell me, oh, you're not allowed in this part of the toilet. Motherfucker, this is my house. Like, that toilet's mine. I let you stay there. Don't build something in the toilet that's mine and tell me I can't walk into the toilet that I let you into. You're having a laugh. You're having a laugh. Chinese and a new colonial power. Look at DRC. Could have a point. Johnny P says, I expect white people to be racist. Okay. I expect racism to exist. I expect racism to exist. I don't get surprised by racism anymore. Like, you can look at the comment section of my videos and be like, oh, this black whatever, this monkey, and I'm like, what am I gonna do? Get offended? I expect that shit. What did someone say? Someone said, hang on. Someone said, I spoke about InfoWars, Iqbal Muhammad. I mean, Kafir isn't, says Abdullah. Like I said, I already told you, yeah? Sarah, what did the British do to other countries, including Africa? What did Americans do to black people? Answer that. I said, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Do you think I condone colonialism? Do you think I condone people running up into other people's countries, right, and just taking over? No, I don't. I don't condone that, because I wouldn't want it done to myself. So it's bullshit. So like I said, if you're going to try and go into somebody else's country and set up shop, yeah, in someone else's country, you just can't do that, because you know what? That's a supremacist mindset. So if those people decide, you know what? Fuck that, you guys ain't doing that here. You can't cry. I'm sorry, but you can't cry. You can't, because you wouldn't want it done to you. So the fact that you did it to them, you should have been cognitive enough to know that the comeback was going to happen. So if those Chinese are in Africa building up Chinatown saying Africans can't come in, if a bunch of Africans now come in and just start, you know, smashing up their restaurant now, they're going to start crying. Oh my God, look what's happening. But bro, you're in their land telling them they can't come into somewhere that's their land. Are you mad? What kind of supremacist mindset is that? If I'm going to let you into my house, yeah? If I'm going to let you into my house and I'm doing it out of the kindness of my heart, bro, don't take the piss out of me. Do you know what I mean? Like, don't take the piss. That's what I'm saying. If I let you in, because I actually believe, yeah, in every society that's out there, I think they should always have a percentage of the population that's not native. I actually believe that. Because I feel like it helps not create a supremacist mindset if the people are on your doorstep. And I'm telling you, that's another human being. They might do things different, yeah, but that's still another human being. Don't think you're better than them. But if you start to think that you're better than... Bro, come on. Seriously. Not gonna work. What a crap. Everyone that has a British passport can do anything in here. Okay, I don't get that. Whatever happened to the guys with the ice flag in the park? I don't know. I don't know. You are talking with sense, Sarah. Keep it up, says PJ Suyum. Thank you. Muslims are the most racist people for being. It's true. Islam is not a race. I agree. To somebody about Islam being, they said, oh, the fact that Islam didn't enslave black people. And I said, right, okay, cool, that's what you say. Because I'm of the belief that human beings create religions. Because, like I said, we can't find a God. So a human being's going to create religion. So the Arabs create this religion called Islam. And the Arabs, prior to Islam being created, okay, according to their own teaching, they said, oh, Bilal was a black Ethiopian slave to the Arabs. Which shows me the Arabs have been some racist motherfuckers for a very long time, right? Because they're saying, oh, before Islam, yeah, the Arabs were enslaving black people. That's what you're telling me. You're telling me Bilal was a slave to Arabs, which shows me that Arabs can be some racist motherfuckers. And then they said, but Islam came, yeah, to stop that. But I'm like, but Islam is from Arab people. So are you saying that because Islam came, even though it came from Arabs who showed you that they're racist, there's no more racism? No. Essentially, their racism is going to make it into the religion that they created because they're racist. It's going to make it in there. If your people are racist and you create a religion, if you think you're better than black people, right, before I create the religion, that psychology is going to make it into my writing. Because before I started writing, I thought I was better than black people. So when it shows that, you know, Muhammad had black slaves and he traded 2 black slaves for 1 non-black slave and all this kind of stuff, I'm like, of course he would. Because the Arabs, before Islam, were friggin' racists. So why do I expect any less when the religion comes about? You know, like, I don't expect any less because they've been racist from before Islam. Just like if we were to find racism, yeah, in the Bible, okay, and if the Bible's written by white people who were racist, then racism would find itself into the Bible. You are I think it was Dr. John Henrik Clarke that said, or Dr. Ben that said, religion is the deification of a people's culture. It's the deification of the culture. So whatever the culture's doing before they've written the religion makes it into the religion. The culture becomes the religion. Okay, that is why you will find that in Arabia, Ramadan was already culturally being practiced before it was called Ramadan and made its way into Islam. It was because the culture became the religion. That's just what happens. Because today, if whatever this British society took into consideration as quote unquote British and they created a religion, the culture would actually be part of the religion and vice versa. So, yeah. One more question, fam, and I'm going to roll out, I think. I've got shopping to do, man. You know, just like taking me off my shopping game. So I know Arab Muslims say Islam came from God. Yeah, that's a claim. There's a lot of claims around, mate. But what can we prove? Come on, fam. Give me one last thought-provoking question that's not Islamic, please. It's not about Islam. Give me one more thought-provoking question that's not about Islam. I'm sure you can do it, guys. You guys are intelligent. Come on. Give me something. Do you take drugs because drugs are bad for you? Imran Khan, that's the best you could come up with. Again, Imran, what are you, bro? Like, what are you, man? Oh, freaking hell. Do you like beans on toast? Firstly, is systematic racism real in the UK? That's interesting. Now, okay, let's answer that. According to Bernard Hogan Howe in 2017, I believe, Chief Met Officer of the Metropolitan Police, he says that the Metropolitan Police must take accusations of institutional racism on the chin. So I think he acknowledged a element of institutional racism within the police, and that is a chief of police. Now, in the society, I think, in my personal view, I think British people have had a very interesting way of masking racism. I'm not saying racism doesn't exist. I'm saying a lot of it may be masked very well. I think in America, the racism can be very blatant. Whereas in the UK, it might be a little bit more masked than it is in America. Do I think it's as bad as American racism? That would be subjective. I'd never deny racism existing. I'd be stupid to deny that. I think, but do I walk down the street on a daily basis and feel like, you know, racism could get me at any point in time? No. In America, with the police force, I'm guessing a lot of black Americans feel like racism could get them at any point in time. So I understand that that fear. I think British racism is a bit more refined, if you can make that make sense. It's a little bit more refined, British racism, just like the British in general. I think Americans are very brash and out there and, boy, don't come around here, nigga, like that kind of. Whereas if there is British racism, it's a little bit more refined, I would say. But I would never deny racism existing. But then I've always said to people, black people especially, if racism's going to exist, and I don't believe racism's going anywhere anytime soon, what are you going to do? You know, what are you going to sit in a corner and cry about it? Like, I'm not. If it exists, it exists. Do you know what I mean? But I'm not going to sit in a corner and cry about it. You know, like, I'm actually going to, if I understand what it is, then I can move accordingly. You know, I can move accordingly. I can give some people my time, not give other people my time. Like, I can actually navigate through racism. You know what I mean? But I'm not going to not acknowledge that it's there. I wouldn't not acknowledge racism's there. That would just be stupid. But I'm going to learn to navigate through that shit. Do you know what I'm saying? Because because I can let it affect me to the point where, like I said, I could get depressed, upset, angry, frustrated every day. And me, I just haven't got time for that. I haven't got time to let it really affect me like that, because I've got shit to do. You know, I actually got shit to get done. Britain is for most people's head. Is Tommy Robinson racist? Sarah Garvey? Robinson would know the answer to that question. Okay? From the outside looking in, I would say Tommy Robinson is a man who is proudly British. Kiss Spence is in the building. Listen, Kiss Spence, I need some merchandise from you, girl. I need some merchandise for free. I ain't paying. I'm gonna promote your stuff out in Africa. I need some stuff. Let's talk. What was I saying? Yeah, if Tom Robinson's racist, only he knows. However, from the outside looking in, I would say Tom Robinson's a very proud British national. Okay, and Tom Robinson is a man who has seen his towns and cities become something different based on the ideology of Islam. That's what I would say. And I would say that would upset any native. That would upset any native to a country. Okay, so like as an African, like if I go to if I'm chilling in Africa and then my town starts turning Chinese all of a sudden, I'm gonna be like, what the fuck is that? Nah, I'm not having that. 20 years ago, this was African. Now it's just Chinese people all around here. Like, what's going on? And so that would upset any native from anywhere. So you want to, like I said, a clash of cultures, yeah? A clash of cultures, yeah, is what happens sometimes. And people say, oh, it's racism and da-da-da-da. Sometimes people are actually fighting against the gentrification or the annihilation of the current culture, yeah? The current culture doesn't want to be dominated by a foreign culture. It just doesn't, right? And so you're going to get a pushback. So I don't believe Tommy Robinson's an actual racist. I said he might be, but I don't know that. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Tom Robinson will know that, but I don't know that. I do know though that he does not want the Islamification of Britain, he has every right to not want that as a native. America knows we are the real Jews, says SMWA. You met him, Sarah, and 100% Tommy's not racist. See, the thing is, yeah, Billy no mate. That's a great name. I can never ever vouch 100% for anyone. What I do know, this is what I do know. He wasn't racist towards me. He wasn't racist towards Big Bro. He had another black guy there he wasn't racist towards. He came with a black guy, right? And he treated us well. He didn't have an air of supremacy about him or anything. Oh, I can only go off an interaction with someone. On the outside looking in, would I say he's racist? No. But could he hold racist notions in his head? Yes. But did I see that? No. So I can't go out on a limb and say, oh, he's not racist. I'm saying, from what I can see, he didn't look like a racist to me. He didn't treat me a certain way. He didn't call me no nigger, just all the kind of stuff. I think people are kind of obsessed with whether Tommy Robinson's a racist or not, right? And really and truly, that's not affecting anything. Like, that's not affecting. If Tom Robinson was racist, it's still not affecting me. It's not affecting me. Because, I'm doing my shit. So, Tommy Robinson, like I said, he's a man that doesn't want the Islamification of the UK to go down. And you know what? He's smart for that. He's smart for that. Because Islamification of the continent of Africa went down. Just look how that turned out. So he banged that immigrant like he hated him. Listen, let me tell you something. Black, white, Chinese, or other. If you get into me like that with that kind of energy, and I don't know what you're gonna do, I might bang you in your face too. The right hook might come out, the jab, the kick to the spleen, like shit will come out because I don't know who the fuck you are. I don't care what color you are. If you're acting around me like this, and you're all mad and crazy and in my face, and I might switch. I might just headbutt you. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm trying to defend myself. So when he did punch that migrant, did I think it was a race thing? Me personally? No. You're getting all up in my face. You're getting all up in my face. And I'm just supposed to be cool. What? Because you're black? Or because you're white? Or because you're Chinese? No. Just don't get up in my face like that, bro. And it may not have to go down like that. It may not have to go down. So people say, oh yeah, he punched a black guy in the face, which he did. He did punch a black guy in the face, but the context of the situation is he didn't punch him in the face because he was black. He didn't punch him in the face because he was black. Yes, he punched a black guy in the face. You know what I'm saying? So context of a situation, you might see me punch someone in the face on the street and you're going to say, Sarah punched that guy in the face. And you'll be like, yeah, he did. But what's the context? The guy might have had a knife. Do you know what I mean? Like he might have, planned to go and do something. So it's like, yeah, you saw the act of me punching the guy in the face, but the context of the situation is the guy might have had a knife. So if we don't put context to the situation of that, then then you're just one of those people who are just a sensationalist. And I said, that's why I sat down with him, because I want someone to tell me their story. Imran Khan says, Sarah, I feel sorry for you. You need to help. You need help. You need to see a doctor ASAP. This is the same Imran Khan that told me that I would be okay with the KKK and what they did to black people. I don't think we take what you're saying with any actual facts, Imran Khan. But thank you for that. But yeah, family, we hit the hour mark. And literally, you guys are taking me away from shopping. So, yeah. I'm going to say peace, family. Peace. And listen, everyone enjoy your Saturday, man. Everyone go enjoy your Saturday. Hug your peoples, you know, hug your children. Have a good time. Have a drink on me. And we'll have a drink for me, not on me. I'm not paying. And yeah, fam, have a good one. Peace, family. Peace.